this story ends. It's just not the ending they wrote for me. Everybody watched me fall like gravity was my last name. Every scar became a headline, every tear became a nickname. People love predictions when your life starts falling apart. They'll measure all your failures but ignore your fighting heart. I smiled with broken lungs, I laughed while choking on silence. Built a home inside anxiety, learned to sleep beside violence. The mirror stopped recognizing the person staring back. I kept hearing voices saying you're too far gone to come back. So I buried every dream under mountains made of doubt. Started questioning if hope was something I could live without. Nobody saw the battles that happened after midnight. Surviving one more morning felt harder than the fist fight. I carried invisible weight that nobody could lift. Pray for something different, but life stays stubbornly fixed. Maybe the breaking was never my ending. Maybe every unanswered prayer was building somebody stronger. They thought the silence meant I disappeared, but I was rebuilding everything they couldn't hear. They wrote my ending before I wrote my own page. Mistook my quiet for surrender to the cage. Look at me now, still carrying scars, still carrying questions, still reaching for stars. The ending they expected never came. Failure became fluent, started speaking in my head. Told me every step ahead would end in fear instead. I almost signed my future with the ink of giving in. Almost let the darkness convince me I couldn't win. Funny how the deepest valleys teach us so to climb. Pain can steal your comfort, but it can't rewrite your time. Every closed door forced another road. Every heavy burden built stronger shoulders for the load. Some friends disappeared when my light burned low. Funny how success makes forgotten people show. Now I protect my peace like it's oxygen to breathe, because losing who I was nearly buried what I dreamed. If you're hearing this and you're tired, don't confuse a slow season with the finished story. Some chapters feel like funerals before they become beginnings. Become beginnings. Yeah. They counted every loss, but never counted faith. They measured every delay, but never measured grace. I kept walking with shaking knees, because courage isn't fearless, it's refusing to leave. They wanted a tragedy, I became survival. They expected my collapse, I became revival. The ending they imagined, couldn't survive the fight inside me. I'm not standing here because life became easier. I'm standing here because quitting finally got tired of chasing me. These scars, they're not proof I was weak, they're receipts for every battle I refused to lose. The nights still visit, the memories still knock, the fear still whispers, but now it whispers to someone who knows it doesn't get the final word.
One day they'll ask how I survived everything.
I'll tell them
I stopped trying to become the person everyone expected,
and became the person God was shaping
while nobody
was watching.
If they already decided how your story ends,
smile
and keep writing, because the best endings are the ones nobody
saw coming. Beside my bed starts reminding me of every promise I broke, every bridge I burned, every version of myself that never made it home. It's strange how success can still feel empty when your mind keeps living inside old failures. I've smiled in crowded rooms while secretly counting exits. Learned how to answer, I'm okay, with a voice so convincing. Even I believed it for about 5 seconds. Then reality would whisper,
you're still carrying everything.
So I stopped running, turned around, looked every fear in the face. Not because I was brave, because I was exhausted from pretending I wasn't afraid. I forgave people who never apologized, not because they deserved peace, cause I needed mine. I stopped chasing closure from doors that were never gonna open. Some endings don't explain themselves. Some people only exist to teach you what never to become. The hardest prison wasn't depression, it wasn't anxiety, it wasn't rejection, it was believing those voices deserve more authority than my own heartbeat. Every lie they planted started growing roots. You'll never change, you'll always fail, nobody stays, you're too damaged. Funny, those lies sounded louder than truth,
because pain always carries a microphone,
but healing
doesn't arrive like fireworks.
Sometimes
it sounds like breathing again.
sometimes
It's getting out of bed when your mind says don't.
sometimes
Winning looks unbelievably ordinary.
they thought the silence was my surrender.
It was construction.
Every quiet season was another brick,
Every lonely night
was another lesson
every tear watered the future.
nobody else could see growing. They expected ruins, God was building foundations. You ever noticed the people who laugh the loudest disappear when the miracle starts? Funny, nobody applauds the rehearsals, they only celebrate the performance. They never see the nights you almost quit, the panic attacks, the prayers that sounded more like crying. The conversations you had with the ceiling because nobody else would answer. They only see the victory photo, not the thousands of invisible battles that came before it. If you're still breathing, your story still has paragraphs nobody has read. Don't let one chapter convince you the author ran out of ideas. I buried dreams, only to watch them grow roots underground. I watched hope return, wearing clothes I didn't recognize. Life rarely knocks
The way you imagine.
one day, the version of you that's crying at night will become the testimony someone else needs tomorrow. Don't waste your scars, give them purpose. So before this song ends, I want to ask you something. What's the chapter everyone thought would destroy you, but somehow you're still here? Because someone reading your answer might realize they can survive theirs too. Thought I'd disappear with the dirt, but seas don't become forests without first living underground in the hurt. Every no became a staircase, every closed door taught me aim. Funny how rejection can ignite a different flame. I stopped begging to be understood, started understanding myself. Quit measuring my worth by somebody else's shelf. The mirror doesn't scare me now, it tells the truth instead. It reminds me I survived every nightmare in my head. I fought battles, nobody live streamed, nobody clapped. When I chose to keep breathing, there were nights the silence sounded louder than a crowded stadium. Days where hope was hanging by a thread so thin, even faith looked nervous. But here I am, not because life became gentle, because I refused to let pain become my identity. They called me a lost cause, turns out they just stopped reading before the best chapter. Pressure made diamonds, but before that it looked like destruction. I learned storms don't ask permission, they simply reveal which roots are real. Now every scar carries an address, proof that darkness visited but never moved in. There are conversations I'll never get to finish, apologies I'll never receive, questions that still echo inside empty hallways. For years, I waited for someone else to free me. Then I realized the key had been in my own hands the whole time. Fear introduced itself like it owned the room. Sat beside me, spoke with confidence, promised me I'd never become anything. I almost believed it until I remembered fear is never predicted. A single miracle correct me, now it still knocks. I just don't invite it in. I just don't invite it in. People think healing feels like sunshine. Sometimes it feels like choosing not to quit one more day, like answering the phone when anxiety says don't, like opening curtains after weeks of hiding from light. Healing isn't loud, it's 1,000 quiet decisions. Nobody applauds. My greatest surprise, the biggest surprise, wasn't proving them wrong. It was discovering who I became while trying to survive. I found courage hidden beneath exhaustion, hope hidden beneath heartbreak, purpose hidden beneath pain. Maybe the answer was never waiting at the finish line. Maybe it was growing inside every step I almost refused to take. If you only knew me from my worst season, you'd think the story ended there. But books don't close because one chapter hurts. Neither do people. So if you're listening, And everyone around you has already decided who you'll always be. Keep writing, because someday the greatest revenge isn't getting even, it's becoming someone your past can no longer recognize. Be honest, what chapter of your life did everyone think would be your ending? But you're still here writing the next page. That kind of closing question naturally invites viewers to share personal experiences, increasing comments, community interaction, and the likelihood of return visits. Yeah. I attended the funeral of the person I used to be. No flowers, no crowd, just silence, watching old fears get lowered into memories. I stopped grieving the version of me that only existed to make everyone else comfortable. Sometimes growing looks like disappearing before returning, unrecognizable. There was a voice living rent-free in my mind. It knew every insecurity, every regret, every weakness. It never screamed, it whispered, that's what made it dangerous. It sounded so much like me, I forgot it wasn't telling the truth. Until one morning, I answered back. And for the first time, the silence belonged to me. Yeah. The white nobody could see. People kept asking why I look tired. How do you explain a soul that hasn't rested in years? You can't photograph emotional exhaustion. You can't put anxiety inside a frame. You just smile while carrying the mountain nobody else can see. Built from broken things. They thought broken meant useless. Nobody told them some of the strongest people were assembled from shattered pieces. Every crack became a reminder. Light enters the places pain tried to destroy. I didn't survive because life was fair. I survived because quit never became permanent. Dear younger me. If I could meet the kid I used to be, I'd tell him, don't waste years trying to earn love from people who only clap when you're winning. Your value was never hiding inside their approval. One day you stop chasing acceptance and start protecting peace. Everyone prays for miracles, nobody prays for the process. Because the process hurts, it stretches, breaks, empties, you build. By the time the miracle arrives, you barely recognize the person who asked for it. I've walked through storms that changed the way I breathe. Rain that washed away everything fake, lightning that exposed every hidden fear. Yet somehow when the clouds moved, I discovered the strongest part of me was never touched. I remember every person who quietly expected me to disappear. Not because I hate them, because they remind me how powerful persistence is. Success was never about making enemies jealous. It was about proving the frightened version of myself wrong. Still standing. The nights still ask difficult questions. The memories still visit unexpectedly. Some wounds still ache when nobody's around. Healing didn't erase my history. It taught me how to carry it without letting it carry me. That's the difference. I'm not standing here because I never fell. I'm standing here cause every time life knocked me down, I learned how to rise. One more time, replay value closing. Maybe this song isn't about me. Maybe it's about the version of you who's one decision away from giving up. If that's you, don't let your final chapter be written by your hardest day. If your pain had a title, what would you call it? Drop it in the comments. Your title might become someone else's reason to keep fighting.